Today we talked about how being prideful versus being humble kind of changes the way that we see God. You know, some people see God as just this mean, old bearded guy up in heaven, just throwing down rules and regulations and just the almighty party pooper of life. And other people see God as this loving and kind and gentle God that cares so much about us. Now you might be thinking, well, which is he? Well, God is really both. It just kind of depends on how we approach him. If we approach him pridefully, then we get judgment. If we approach him humbly, we get grace. Back when I was in high school, we were at this huge youth event. Hundreds of young people were there. And this young lady got up on stage and she started to perform a piano solo. As she began to perform, some of the students got bored, and you know what bored students do? They started entertaining themselves. They started talking and throwing things, and it would just start out as a little whisper, then a little low rumble, and then it was just an all-out roar so loud that you couldn't hear the young lady playing piano. And she started getting upset. You could tell that she started to cry and stuff as she was playing the piano because people were being so loud and so rude to her and so unkind. Well, this really got me upset. I was sitting on the second row in the church and I thought, I've got to do something about this. And so, not really thinking about it, I just stood up, I turned around, I didn't say anything, I just stared. You know, I gave them the stare at everybody, hundreds of young people, I stared them down. And in like 5 seconds, they all shut up. They all turned around and then began to listen once again to the young lady playing the piano. And you think, well, Sean, you're kind of being mean. No, I was being really both. I was being kind and loving to this young lady that was performing, but the other people that were being, rude and prideful and not godly, I was being a little bit more stern with. God does the same thing with us. When we're humble, he gives us grace, but when we're not living for him like we should, or we're being prideful or stubborn, God disciplines us. So God is really both of these things in our lives. And so I want to encourage you today, don't come to God pridefully. As a matter of fact, the Bible says that God opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. Be humble and you will receive his grace.